Hello, all. Good evening. Let us understand in detail different methods of doing business analysis and trying to identify the issues, trying to identify the solutions, and how to go into deep diving the analysis part of the overall agile process. Okay. So, as we all know, we are learning various methods to come up with the solutions or try to understand the problems. Now, this one is called as product roadmap. Can everybody see that? Product roadmap? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So, before we get started, by only listening to these keywords, product roadmap, can anyone tell me what do they understand? Or forget the word product as of now. When we say roadmap, okay, only the word roadmap, what do we understand in any context? Need not be with respect to agile. When we say roadmap, what do you understand? Or when do we use this term, roadmap?
It's a direction to reach the destination.
Very well said, Geeta, right? Thank you so much. So generally we use this roadmap on Google Maps, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, and generally we use Google Maps to reach to any destination that we are not aware of how the path is or how the journey has to be done, what are the directions, right? So, in short, when we are not aware about the path or about the uh, map or about the journey to reach somewhere, we use the road maps, right? On
Right.
very simple understanding, yes? Yes.
Yes.
So, same way, and then when we use that we get a certain path, right? Like, take right, take left, go straight, or how we can find that. So same way, even for a product, even for an particular I would say organization, to reach to a destination, they follow a roadmap. Okay, now it is with respect to product, so that's why it is called as product roadmap. Before we get into this example, it is we have taken a technical side of the example. Let us understand a very simple, and I think I've given this example and very practical realistic example of Facebook. So have I given the Facebook example in this batch,
Yes.
like the typical, yes, like how Facebook was in when it was launched in 2004, and how it was in
Yeah, Prerna.
when we
Yes,
yes,
Prerna.
everybody
Yes. Yes.
remembers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, perfect. Same way, on the same grounds. So that is an excellent example of product roadmap, by the way, guys. You know how it was a plain Jane of a blue web page, like simple wall. You could poke someone, you could write on the wall, you can add friends. And now today, I mean, sky is the limit. You can do anything and everything in Facebook, start your community, do your business, have your business page, and have Facebook Live. So that is one example of how, as a product, or how, as an application, Facebook has evolved. Another simple yet day-to-day example is Microsoft Suite, okay, MS Office. In MS Office, we are using Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, right? So the Microsoft Excel or Word of today, that we use, that and Microsoft Excel or Microsoft Word or MS Office entire suite of say 15 years back, or like roughly in 2005 or 2008, it was a lot different. The features that we see today, a lot of, embedding images, maybe embedding videos, embedding some certain functionalities were not there, right? So that is what we called as a product roadmap. At 15 or 20 years back, they had a vision that, okay, today this look like this, but going forward, we will have more functionalities. We will have, we would be able to integrate videos. We will be able to integrate some third party add-ons. We should be able to integrate customizations, right? You're getting it?
Yes.
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 So that is what is product roadmap. Okay. Now, before we get into it, is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes, Pranav.
Are you able to read this? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Let me enlarge this for you. Give me a second. So as you can see, there is a certain way of reading this. Okay. So Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 stands for quarters. Okay. So what we do in quarter one, what we do in quarter two, and vice versa, like quarter three, quarter four. And these are the teams, from team one to team five. They will do the respective work of, whatever is their responsibility in each quarter. Okay. Now, I think we have enough people. So I just want one person to read out the, I would say, team wise, all the quarters, like, what team one, quarter four, then team two. Okay. Are we getting it?
Yes,
Yes.
Pranav.
Yes.
Yeah. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Team 1, Salesforce integration, sales industry solution.
Continue. Team
Okay.
two, till team.
Team Okay, team 2, reference keys, org chart automation, data linking automation. Team 3, quick live app, Google Hangouts chat integration. Offline mode of Q2, offline mode of web app. Advanced admin control, Quip 2 enterprise. Team 4, draw.io import, key management system, Lucid Chart Developer APIs. Team 5, offline mode for mobile, tablet, automations and drawing. Pranav?
Oh, I'm, I'm so sorry. I was on mute. I didn't realize I had kept myself on mute. Okay, okay. So sorry. Thank you so much for reading it out. And I had explained a bit. Let me go over it again. So
Okay.
thank you so much for reading it out. So first of all, as you can see, we have these five different teams. Okay, one team can be from the say they're looking at the layout. One team is looking at the development. One team is looking at the overall integration. Okay, so without getting into the actual technicalities or the I would say difficulty of technical side, we'll try to understand this. So every team has their goal of each quarter, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Yes, everybody understand that. So for
Yes.
team one, it is more of the integration work. Okay. So their milestone for Q1, Q2 is that they have to finish the Salesforce integration. Okay. So for quarter one, it should be 50%. Quarter two, it should be remaining 50% and completion. And Q3, Q4 again, as mentioned, sales industry solutions. So this is what team one does. So for team two, there are different, I mean, these are all technical aspects of development. So it's absolutely fine if you don't get some of the terms. But what it means is they have different milestones in each quarters, right? So what are we trying to learn here is okay, and same way team three, team four, five. So everybody is working in somebody is drawing, like draw that, out that, import, and they are using Lucid chart. Somebody is working on the chat integration. Somebody is working on the data linking automation. So the answer to our question is with respect to product roadmap, every team has its or its own path to reach to a destination by completing certain amount of work. Everybody with me?
Yes.
Should I,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, should I, repeat it? I'm saying every team has their own product roadmap to reach to a destination. The destination might be completion of certain activity, completion of certain features for a product, completion of their task in hands, right? So here it is all from technical aspects, like how while developing multiple development teams or multiple teams respect to in one development team, how they respond to product roadmap. It is as simple as that. Imagine you all are doing group study. Okay, during your school days, you all are doing group study. Okay, and we have our exams per se after 15 days. You have 2 weeks time. Sorry. And we all are doing group study. In that, we decide that each person, like, here also we have sufficient people. So each person takes up one subject. Okay. So now it is your own responsibility, each individual's responsibility, that per day, at least one subject, or so at least one topic or one chapter of that particular subject has to be taught. Yes or no? Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
what
Yes.
happens by the time we reach our 2 weeks, exam preparation schedule, we'll at least cover 20, 12 or 14 chapters of our subject, and our syllabus will be covered. So this everybody will do, right? A person who is teaching, a student who is teaching history, a student who is teaching science or whatever. So that way, with daily practice, with daily dedication, with daily implementation of work, we will reach towards our goal or towards our destination using this roadmap. Everybody with me on this product roadmap? Any
Yes.
doubts?
Yes, friend.
Oh,
Nice. See, this is a concept. Though this example is techie, don't get muffled by that. It is a concept. So as simple as that, how we use product roadmap to reach to unknown destination, how easy it makes our life is same concept in real life. Okay. Should we go to the next type? Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Okay. Now this is, I don't think so. I'll have to explain this one. SWOT analysis. And I think this is one of the oldest analysis methods, at least I have known. Even as a kid, I was aware of it, as my elder siblings or elder cousins used to go to that time. This was very it was a big hit, to know SWOT analysis of your own. So what does SWOT analysis stands for? Tell me. The full form of SWOT is, anyone?
Strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. So this is basically an acronym of these four adjectives: strengths, weaknesses, objectives, and threats. Now, as you progress, okay, in work, if you want to, I would say, weigh your options. Okay, if you want to weigh your options, if you want to understand how you can do it better, like, now this with this analysis type, we can take with the example of with a certain example of, say, you are a company manufacturing shampoo, okay, and you want to increase your sales. Okay, so you are particularly an company that wants to increase their shampoo sales. Okay, so now we can go one by one by with this example. So first of all, what is your strength? That you are an established company, right? Yes or no? You are
Yes.
an established shampoo making company. So this is your strength. Okay. So you already have a customer base. Your most of the products are already getting sold, and you know uh, how the market works. You have experience in this area, so this is your definitely your strength. Your weakness is your advertising budget is too high. You're trying to use advertising on a very large scale, and that is why whatever profits you are making, that is a very small portion that you can actually utilize, or that very small portion is actually you're getting to into business because of the heavy marketing or advertising budget. Okay, so this is your weakness. Now your threat is, there is one more, I would say, a very different good brand that has come up into shampoo, and they are also launching their products, which is kind of killing your market, or which is kind of eating your market. They are also getting into the competition, and they are your competition now, and they are threatening you because their sales are also increasing. So it is your threat. Everybody with me
Yes.
Yes.
till now? Yes. So we understood what is our strength is, and what are our weaknesses, what is our biggest threat as of now. And now let us move to opportunities. So even after all this, that okay, we have this problem, we have this threat, we are not so great. I mean, as compared to the competitors' product, as of now, we can utilize our strength for our opportunity. When I say utilizing our strength for our opportunity means, we, as we are an established brand, right? We are already an established brand. We will use that customer base to launch our new product, okay, with lesser price and more promotion. So what you can do, you can actually, give a free sample, a small sachet or free small bottle of your new launch product with your existing earlier bottle or existing earlier product. So what will happen? First of all, your earlier product will be sold more because they are getting something extra, and because people are getting a free sample of that shampoo, and once they use it, and then you have kept the price reasonable, and you actually invented or invested into the new product, and it is a good one, so the customers start liking it. So your opportunity is, because you have already have a steady market share, you already have a customer base, you can reach out to those people with the help of your earlier product, and you can as well as launch your new product as a competitor to the different another company who has just recently got into this shampoo, I would say, domain. So did you understand this concept? And same concept is utilized for your personality development. Same analysis pattern is utilized to understand your current situation about life. Like, okay, what do you want to do? How you want to go ahead? What are you good at? What you need to improve on? What are the threats that you have, and what are the opportunities that you're getting? So this is a very simple yet very effective analysis method, which is, trust me, you utilize and use even today. Yes, everybody with me on this?
Yes, Prerna.
Yes, easy to understand.
Yeah, friend.
Super. Now this one is my favorite. Okay, I call it my favorite because first of all, it looks very interesting, and as well as it is very practical. It is absolutely useful, and it is one of the most, I would say, widely used and result giving analysis type. Okay, when I say result giving analysis type means, it is actually helpful to come to a conclusion using this diagram. Okay, so what is the name of the diagram, guys?
Fishbone
Fishbone.
diagram.
Yes, it is called as fishbone diagram. Okay, and the answer to the name is absolutely simple, because it looks like a fishbone. Yes, can you
Yes.
see a shape of a fish? Yeah, very on a very simpler note. Yes, it is also called as a root cause diagram. Okay, it is also, the fishbone diagram is also called as root cause diagram, because we try to find the cause of the problem. Okay, we try to find the root cause of a problem. So here, if you could see, there is a problem. Okay, so we will come to that. So a particular problem can have multiple elements supporting it, or multiple elements affecting it or creating it. Okay, so may I request someone to read out, I mean, 6 different people to read this 6 boxes, the blue ones, please. Go ahead.
Environment.
Yes, environment. Second, yes. Anyone?
People.
People. Yes.
Equipment.
Next.
Management.
Yes. Yes. Last two.
Materials.
Mm-hmm.
Process.
Yes. So what are we saying? We are saying that the problem that we have in hand can have these two, at least here we have these 6 elements, or six criterias, or 6 segments which could have contributed to the problem, or which could have given rise to the problem. Okay, so first of all, let us understand with the example of our earlier product only. So imagine you are again a shampoo making organization, a company, and you are facing problem in the quality of the newly launched shampoo. Okay, so there is a problem with the quality. So how would you come to the conclusion, or how will you identify what is causing the problem? So you just know that your product is not being sold properly, your customers are not happy, and it is adversely affecting your sales and your profits. Okay, so this is the problem. Everybody understood the problem? Yes.
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 Okay. Now let us try to understand what could have been, or what can be the issue, or what can be the, I would say, element that is causing the problem. Now, first of all, let us go to environment. Okay, so while we can try and go and inspect that the environment, or the factory, or the overall setup that we have for shampoo, that might need some improvement. There might be some faulty machinery, there might be some faulty method that is being used. Some of the steps might be getting skipped, or somebody is not using the machinery properly, or even the process of implementing into that environment, that is not right. That can be one issue. Second is people, the factory people, or the specialists who are inventing, who have invented, or who are made this shampoo, or who are working on this shampoo in the factory. They might not be using the proper process, or they might not be the right people, or they might be doing some silly mistakes. That's why the product is turning out not as per the expectation. Yes. Again, equipment, the machineries that we have, all the formulas that we have for creating shampoo, or whatever ingredients that we have, those might not be mixed up or made properly in the equipment. See, try to visualize a factory. Okay, we are actually getting into the creation of a particular shampoo. So now try to go back to maybe some old movie where you might have seen a particular factory, or if you have visited any factories recently, try to visualize that. Yeah, so equipment, all the machineries, all the tools that we have in hand, those might be somewhere wrong. So that is one of the reason. Then next is processes. The factory workers or employees are might not be utilized or using the processes properly. They might be skipping some steps, hence it is not working fine. Next is materials. The raw materials, or the materials that is being used to create this shampoo or to make this shampoo, those are not right, those are faulty, those are inappropriate, those are not of good quality. That is why the overall shampoo is not coming out or making or getting made properly. And last but not the least, management. Okay, so management might not be helpful, they might not be uh, giving us proper funds or proper financial support to purchase proper or good materials, or to no, they are not approving proper, they are not approving decisions or approvals on time. That is why we are not able to come up to the best quality that we want to work or we want to develop. So here, though we have one problem, we are trying to understand what would have caused this problem from many angles. Are you able to understand this?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have one issue. So by the way, you can utilize the same concept in many manner. Like you have, say, if you are not doing well in your studies, so you can utilize this concept, like this analysis that, okay, I'm not able to go, I'm not able to get good grades. What can be the solution? What could be the problem here? So maybe environment. So where you study that, lighting or sitting arrangement, or maybe you study in the hall where you have other siblings or where you have TV. There are many distractions. So you could get back to your bedroom. Okay, people, the teachers that you have, those might not be that good for you. Their explanation might not be working for you. So you can work on that. Or maybe equipment, you might not have good or proper books or proper whatever. So same way, while solving any problem, you can utilize this fishbone diagram, which will help you to identify the root cause of the problem. Everybody with me?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, yes. Easy to
Yes.
understand,
Yeah.
clear.
Yes.
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 And it's one of the pretty looking diagrams or analysis. Yes.
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 Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And now let me check with Gaurav if I have him. Okay. Give me a minute.
Prerna, can you hear me? Hello. I
Yes,
don't know.
yes, Gaurav. Sorry, I couldn't see you. Yeah,
No
Gaurav.
problem.
So yeah, will you be able to start from here? We finished all others. This one is pending, the process flow.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Fine. No problem.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, bye. Thank you. Please
Okay.
continue.
So, guys, one thing you might have understood in this BA models, the foundation is one. Did we speak about these foundation yesterday? Yes, no? We started with the, I think, activity diagram for which you have submitted the assignment as well, many of you. We took the mind map, and today you went through product roadmap, SWOT analysis, and fishbone diagram, right? Can you all hear me well?
Yes.
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 Okay, brilliant. Now, one thing is what you are looking at is called as process flow diagram. In this process flow diagram, one thing you need to understand, this may little bit vary. Okay, let me bring this in front of you. Okay. Prerna, can you stop screen share so that I can do my screen share? Can you? Let me see. Okay, I can replace the current share. Nothing to worry. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Process flow diagram, yeah?
Yes, yes.
It might,
Yes.
okay. So process flow diagram is a simple indication that any process, how does it flow? And you would recognize in that there are, this is one example of sales call, okay? On the call, how sales gets approved. And in this process flow diagram, how it is depicted, the start will always have this oval, okay? That you see the sales call under the oval. Can you all see this?
Yes.
Sales
Yes.
call
Yes,
initiated.
yes.
Okay. And the similar is the termination point. Okay. If you see here, sales not approved, this is again in darker. Okay. But it is the different different route, and that's the reason it is darker. And when it gets approved, again it is terminating over here, the process. You see it is with the light green. Okay. Now, what exactly happens is that the sales department initiate a call to the customer and customer buys the product. The buying is the input, okay? And the data is taken under the credit form, and thereby the order entry happens. Again, it is the input, and then some process gets initiated, that is the order form. And when the order form is ready, it goes to the management for the credit check whether it has to be approved or not, and against certain credit criteria it will check. Okay, if it is the good credit, it will continue further, but instead of the bad credit, the process will get ended with the disapproval, sales not approved. Okay, but what if the credit is good? Then it will go for the account receivable. Even in the case of high balance, what will happen? Again, what is the term of it? Any report I need to issue, that is to be checked with the that management will check, and again that issue, either that report either they can keep, or if not, then uh, if customer demands, that can be further extended. However, management is keeping this report for their continuous check. Now, based on this credit term calculation, the terms even approved, and thereby the sales approved. So this is a very simple flow depicting that how different department like customer, sales, management, and credit department are involved, and how this process simply flow. And that's the reason the name process flow diagram is there. So generally, when activity diagram is there, process flow diagram is less used when it comes to business analyst. Okay, so more or less you as a business analyst would see not using this. Okay, this one. And also you would get to see couple of more what do you call diagrams or models, but not exactly all those model you need to prepare. Okay, so let's move further. After process flow diagram, one diagram which I am going to bring you, that will not only just let you know what else, what further more uh, you know diagrams you need to know. So these are visual modeling, workflow diagram, entity relationship diagram, work breakdown structure, and conversion to design or document template and understanding. So what all the template is required, that we are going to look at it. Just give me a second. Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. So now let me flip the slide, and what you see is the another diagram. Okay, this is called as, instead of process flow, this is a workflow diagram. This is more or less you are going to look at it. In this, what is different? Here, it simply starts with, earlier in activity diagram, we have seen the input box. That is the start point of it. Okay, the input box look like input box. Everything is rectangle in workflow diagram. Okay, so what you look at it is a typical flow of any incident that you report when you see what has been developed by the developers at your end, plus what is developed against what is expected by the customer. If there is any discrepancy, that incident gets reported whoever the person who finds it, the discrepancy who finds it. Such discrepancies are called as error, defect, or bug. What they are called as?
Error or bug.
Defect or
Error
bug.
or bug. Yeah. So there is a life cycle for such defect and or bug. Okay. These life cycle, first let's detect the life cycle and we'll see that how it has been put into the workflow. Okay. So the life cycle is that any time when a new incident or defect is reported, the status will get into new. Okay. The moment once it is accepted, it will be assigned to developer and the status change into in progress. When they fix it, it will turn into resolved or fixed. Okay. And when when they retest it, they will mark it as a close. What will happen if they find that it is not closed? They will reopen the incident. Again, it will go back to developer. They will mark it fixed. After when they will start working, it will be in progress. And when they fix it, they will mark it as a resolved or fixed. And again, it will come to tester for the second check. And this time, if they find that is that can be closed, they will mark it closed. But one thing is very important. Whenever you are reporting any incident by the dev manager or supervisor, it is checked whether the defect is valid or not. On what ground it is checked? Whether it is valid defect. So if it is not valid, it will be marked as a rejected. But what if it is valid? Then they check it against the scope, whether whatever the requirement is there, it meets the requirement. It is aligning with the requirement of not or not. If it is not in the scope and still it has been marked as a defect, it either can be rejected or deferred, thinking that customer may come back on the requirement again. Okay, they may embrace new requirement against which the incident has been reported, which doesn't match the scope. Okay, so such can be either marked as a rejected, or if it is marked as still not rejected and accepted, it is in scope. Again, it is checked whether someone else has reported similar kind of defect or not. If yes, they will mark it again duplicate. Duplicate is as equal as rejected. And if it is not marked as duplicate, then only it is accepted. So if you'll see in a flow, the life cycle of this is also called as defect life cycle. What it is called as?
Defect life cycle.
Yeah, defect life cycle. So the status will continue to change. Okay, from new to assigned. Okay, if I need to write, I can write it. First, it will go under new. Okay, and new, after new, it gets into assigned status. Okay, and after assigned, it will get into in progress. Okay, in progress, and after in progress, it will be marked as resolved or fixed. Okay, resolved or fixed, and then it goes to closure or reopen. Okay, so closed or reopen. Reopen will follow the similar step as new had. Okay, it will start all over. Okay, from assigned to in progress to resolved and then closed. Understood? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 states.
Yeah.
Okay. Defect life cycle will have the 5 state: new, assigned, in progress, resolved, closed, or reopen. Got it? If it is reopen, again it will go through assigned, in progress, resolved, and closed. Got it? Any questions so far?
No.
So one key thing you need to remember over here, the boxes, okay, which are indicating to the status has different color code. Okay, the boxes which are simple input has been in a different color, but all the decision box where it is being checked whether it is pass or fail over here, okay, or it is being checked whether it is valid or invalid, whether it is scope or out of scope, whether it is all pre-reported or not reported. Such checks will become the part of decision box or diamond box, and you can see how it has been applied over here. You will be able to relate because recently you have done this assignment of activity diagram, right, everyone?
Yes.
Understood?
Yes.
Yeah. So I want to give you again another this home play that you can do. Try to trace a requirement life cycle. So can requirement of the scope. So call it as a requirement life cycle or scope life cycle. Okay. Just try to put it over here. Okay. Put it into the workflow diagram. Do you think you will be able to do that? Customer requirement
Yes.
workflow diagram. Yeah.
We can try maybe.
Yeah. Try this. Let me see, because this is the first time I am giving to any batch. Okay. Earlier we used to give this only what this cash deposit at the cash deposit machine. So there only we used to give, but this time today we are trying to give something new, that is the requirement workflow. Let me see whether you have understood requirement clearly or not. Now let's move further to the next one. Okay. What is next? Okay. So next is says that graphic representation of objects and system. These are the visual modeling we have just come across of this. Process flow diagram, we have looked at it. Business domain model, to which we also call it as ER diagram. Again, this is not created by you generally, but still we are going to look at it. Okay. So after this is the ER diagram. This is also called as entity relationship diagram. So mostly if you need to get the knowledge of a database, if you need to learn, you can go to, did I tell you from where you can learn the SQL? SQL from where you can learn for free? Did I tell you earlier?
W3 schools.
Yes, you are right. Only Geeta remembers, I believe, sometime. Okay. Yes, w3schools.com. Go and learn from there. It's quite easy. Okay. Another thing is that when it comes to entity relationship diagram, generally database administrator or people who are working with the DB database, they generally create such ER diagram, or software engineer. Business analysts don't need to create this diagram. This is a typical example of how you ask a simple question to a person. Likewise, how we can ask a simple question to the software. So this has been tried to depict here in this pictorial representation. Imagine you are part of a boutique. Okay, you are running a boutique or garment store. You are at the counter, and also you are handling the software. Okay, a customer walks in. Okay, so say for example, you are at the counter. Okay, you are at the counter. A customer walks in. Okay, customer walks in and customer asks you certain question. Okay. Customer asks you certain question and he inquires of the product. Now the moment he inquires of the product, you ask for the category, in what category he is looking for. So he may say that he is looking for the t-shirt. Then you may ask in the category, what sort of category you exactly looking for. Are we looking, when we are talking about the category, we also have the multiple question. Okay, multiple question, it means that you will ask for the product color. Okay, yes, no?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
What else you can ask? Tell me what all question the customer may ask to the counter manager.
The size.
Size,
Okay, it can
Yeah.
ask the size. What else?
fabric, material use.
Pattern.
Material. So material can become the part of this category. Okay, can ask the color. Yeah, yes or no?
Yep.
So these few things. So
Yes.
in that, you can also ask in the category, if there is the sub table, you can go ahead. So you are asking the question to the customer. At the same time, you are asking the same things to the software, if this person uses a software. Okay. So if this person uses a software, it is keying inside to the software and asking if it is available. So he inquires the product, then category, maybe the brand. Okay. So if you see, one single table has the access to the final table, which is the standalone table, to depict that there is this mark has been given. It means that this establishes parallel, what do you call, uh, a parallel connection to the other table. Okay. And for that it is there. Okay. But there is, at the same time, there is one table which keeps the information of the product. It is also associated with the multiple tables at multiple places. Then to such, you will call it as a one to many connection. What you will call it as?
One to many.
One to many connections.
One to many connection. And at the same time, you will find some few tables are there, they have even the multiple connection. So this table is connected with more than one table, and this table is also connected with more than one table. And that's when it establishes this kind of connection, or indicator is this, because it says this is many to many connection. With me so far? Yes.
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 Yeah. Because it
Yes.
has the further connection to another table as well. So what exactly happens is that this person inquire that where it do you have the t-shirt? Say for example, it asks what sort of t-shirt you are asking. Are you looking for full sleeves, half sleeves, hoodie, non-hoodie? Are you looking for in the round, in collar, without collar,
Yeah.
v-neck, without neck? What you are looking for? Those many inquiries he puts into the software as well. And then further what happens is that when he says that, okay, I am looking for that, then the inquiries goes, okay, what size you are looking for, and the same it select double XL size from v collar t-shirt. Again, you ask for the color, so it says that, okay. And if you ask again for the brand, it says that purple and all, whatever. And then it, in the software itself, it is he finds that on the after going in the store, in the towards the fifth shelf on the right hand side, on the top cell, there is similar kind of t-shirt can be found. He calls the attendant, takes and guides that please take the customer to that location and hand over this garment, let him try and come with the customer and the product. When the customer arrives back, now there is new entry he needs to feed inside the existing software, like because customer is buying, he will ask the customer few details like name, address, and contact number. Because if he is giving any refund tomorrow, if it is not loved by customer, then he may come back with this information, can hand over the order slip that will get generated after entering this, where the date and amount will get printed in those receipt. So this is a simple depiction of this flow is represented into ER diagram. With me so far?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Now let's move further to the different one. So so this is not generally created by business analysts, but what else? What else? Okay, let's go to this. Now it is very important. Earlier, only business analysts used to create this. Now to let you know and understand, what I'm going to do is that, say, when requirement is unclear, uncertain, and customer says that what I am thinking is that I want you to create a software, and on software on the edit screen, okay, edit screen, I want you to keep 3-4 button. What will be the name of these buttons? I am not sure right now, but just mark it as a placeholder, and I'll tell you the name of those buttons later. Okay, those buttons later. So have on these location 4 buttons. So customer gave you the information, okay, and at one place, this is one type of information. It's tells you, okay, create like this. At the second place, what happens when requirement gets more clear, what customer says that, okay, what I want is that you have the edit window, and in edit window, I want 3 buttons for sure. Okay. One button should be save. Okay. Another button should be cancel, and another button should be okay. Okay. And then there is a logic. The moment you click on the save, then only okay button will enable and a cancel button will enable. Otherwise, only cancel and save button will remain enabled. So this clarity you get into the requirement. So you have this. Third, in the third of the category, what happens is that it is a transition requirement where customer says that I want few tools that should look like buttons, or menu should look like this. Okay. What do you do? From the existing one, you snip that requirement, or snip that, what do you call buttons, and you make it the part of the requirement document. Can you understand this?
Yes.
Yes, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when you understand this, it may look like this. Okay. It may look like this. Do you see that? How vivid this is. Okay. So when you have the less requirement clear, then such kind of, visual model is called as UI wireframe. What these all are the part of UI wireframe. Whatever you looked at right now, no? 1, 2, and 3. These are UI wireframe. What are these?
UI.
A wireframe.
These are UI wireframe. But because there the vividness is varying, that's the reason with the low information, it is called as low fidelity UI prototype or low fidelity UI wireframe. What it is called as? First one?
Low fidelity UI prototype.
Or low fidelity wireframe, UI wireframe. The one which has the more information, little bit more information clear, the name of this. So these are for all those diagram and all those UI element. Such will be called as medium fidelity UI prototype, or medium fidelity UI wireframe, or medium fidelity UI mockup even. So first, what it is known as, what type of UI prototype?
Fidelity.
Lower
Yeah,
fidelity.
medium fidelity. The second type will be called as medium fidelity UI prototype. Okay. Yes, no?
Yes.
Second, yeah. Now, and the one which is more clear, it will become the high fidelity UI prototype. What type of prototype it would be?
High
High fidelity
Fidelity UI
prototype.
prototype. Okay. So business analysts are responsible for either low fidelity or medium fidelity. But nowadays, even business analysts are not doing this because UI UX team is there. Okay. So earlier you used to do a lot of work with this type of diagram. With me so far, any questions so far, guys, in this?
No.
No.
No? Okay. So these, so if class gives you the assignment to update any requirement, and in that requirement, if any, mock-up or UI element you need to design, I would request you to design, snip it out from somewhere, make it available from somewhere. Okay. The second one, it is going to be used in the various area, like as a business analyst, as a product owner, as a director or project manager. You are always going to refer this WBS chart. In fact, you can utilize it or your self purpose as well. Why? Because when you need to break down a large group of work into the multiple subtle and smaller chunk of the work or sub work, then WBS chart is quite useful. Okay. It include all single activity, and that becomes the deliverable as a part of breakdown. Okay. And that you can show it over here. Okay. Just give me a second, guys. Just give me a second. Yeah, I'm speaking now. So one example is the how a bigger work. Say for example, preparing a website is a bigger work, right? And it involves multiple work. Then what you can do is that you can break down into multiple sub work. Okay, it is also called as um, uh, tree branch structure. Okay, so here where it looks like there is a root and it has multiple branches, and every branches will have multiple sub branches, and every node, every branch will have the identifier like 1.0, 2.0. You can see it here. Can you see? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And when you decide which branch you are going to elaborate, that node will further expand it. Say, for example, here it was taken when retail website has to be improved, there will be the project management lifecycle, there will be requirement lifecycle, there will be design and analysis, there will be site software development, there will be testing and production. So these are all elements. So every element has to be expanded further. So for example, the 4.0 was taken and it is expanding with HTML design creation, backend software. So you will see that how it has been named as 4.1, 2, 3. Can you all see that detected? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
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 Further, any one can in the work breakdown structure can be elaborated further. Say, for example, here backend software is being elaborated. So even the naming convention go as a sub mode. Okay, sub node. Say, for example, it has been named as 4.2.1, 4.2.2, and so on. Okay, so backend software work has been broken down into the multiple activities, like database implementation has to happen, middleware development, finalization has to happen. Can you all see that? Every
Yes.
work has been further elaborated.
Yes.
Likewise, when tomorrow, if you need to expand 5.0, in the similar manner, you can expand 5.0. In fact, what you can do is that if in one page you cannot, this cannot be accommodated, you can start from 0.0, then relate to 5.0 and expand further 5.0. Okay, why? Because it reference is already there. Or you can always have the one and second node, root and the sub node visible, and then from the finalized sub node which you need to expand or elaborate, you can extend it further. With me so far?
Yes.
Yes.
Because with the
Yes.
name it will be easily visible, because
Yeah.
you are starting from 0.0 to 5.0 and further you are expanding the fifth one. So this is how you can maintain the work breakdown structure. Any questions so far in this?
No.
No.
Okay, so this is not necessary every time you need to do, but definitely when you need to elaborate to the customer something, you can utilize this way to present in front of the customer. All right?
Yes.
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 Yeah. So as a business analyst, these BA models you need to understand, because these are very crucial for you. Okay. Now, in this, there is one more thing as a business analyst you need to understand, to which we call it as a here
Convert.
every
Conversation design.
yeah, conversion to design. So there are two types of design. How many types?
Two.
Types.
One design is elaborated further, and it itself is known as further as a design thinking. What it is called as?
I'm thinking.
Design thinking. In this, what happens when you understand the business, you need to create customers persona, because when you create the customer persona, it is quite easy for you to understand the customer, number one. Number two is that you will make and create the objective more customer centric, not for yourself, not for your organization, but also for the customer. Many missing link will be mapped here in front of the customer when you create the customer persona. When we talk about the customer persona, it will elaborate every single thing: where your customer hangs out, what types of mobile he uses, what he loves, what he doesn't love, where does it work, how many kids they have, what sort of leisure activity he loves to do, where is the vacation time, where he had gone last year, how much his income is, every single detail of your customer, that you understand. When what sort of movie he watches, what sort of interest they have, all those detail, that will become the part of customer persona. With me so far?
Yes.
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 And that creation comes under the design thinking. But at the same time, you might have seen when I was explaining ER diagram, I was creating some pictorial representation so that you understand. Do you remember that?
Yes.
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 Yeah. And I was explaining what was happening and what was not. Okay. This way. Right. So when I am explaining something and designing at the same time, it means that I am visualizing my own thought and presenting in front of you at the same time. Okay. Such kind of thinking is called as visual thinking. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Any questions so far again?
No.
No.
Great. Wonderful. Okay. And guys, everyone is involved here. Everyone is learning. The question is to Suchita, Kajal, Ujjwala, everyone. I think someone has dropped. Aparna. Are you guys understanding?
Yes.
Yes,
With-
sir.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your assess. I appreciate that. Now that you have understood the visual model, you need to understand the documents that you would require. See, Agile makes everything quite easy and says that less documentation. What it says?
Less
Less
documentation.
Less documentation. When it says less documentation, it will be the less documentation, but doesn't mean that document gets vanished. At initial level, you need to understand what all documents business analyst used to create earlier. And for that, we are going to bring certain documents that you will come across when you will start working in the corporate. But at the same time, what all documents you need to create, what all documents you need to review, and what documents you don't need to even bother about. Okay. And what document you just need to refer, review, or create. So these things you should be worried about.
Yes.
With me so far? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So let's understand in the documentation. When we are talking about the documentation, there are few documentation. I want one person at one time read one indicator for me. What all the documents you here see. Do you want me to enhance and yeah, go ahead.
A project. Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
A project. A project vision document, not necessary, but should be known reason for a product owner.
Okay. So it says that there should be a project vision document, not necessary you need to create, but you should be knowing this. Okay. Reason product owner may ask you for the help in creation of the project vision document. The vision document, whose vision we are talking about here?
Project.
Project vision, but whose project?
Customers vision.
Customer's vision we are talking about. Absolutely right. What is the next three indicators, three documents name you see? Who can read?
Requirement
Uh-huh.
management plan.
Mhm.
Use-
Yes.
User stories, user case.
Right. So requirement management plan, we will see. We have learned how to create the user story. What happens in the use case, we are going to learn. Okay. Then comes remaining two. Who can read this? Please read.
Business requirement document and
Mhm.
requirement traceability matrix.
Yeah, you may be creating business requirement document. You may be creating functional requirement specification document if company demands. Okay, you may be creating system requirement specification document or technical requirement document with the lesser input because solution architect may create it. But requirement traceability matrix, you don't need to create necessarily, but it may come back to you for review because reason being that tester, they create the test cases against the business requirement document or functional requirement document. And what they will do, they will map every single test case to the requirement that is mentioned in the requirement document, that is the functional requirement specification. Okay. And whether they have traced it well or not, these will become the part of RTM, that is requirement traceability matrix, that you are going to review. All right, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
So
Yes.
now let's understand what all item goes inside one document. Okay. So when it is shared with you, you can pause it, take the screenshot whenever you want. And now also, if you want continuously, you can take this screenshot if you wish, but not necessary. Vision document will talk about the introduction of the project. It will talk about the description of the users who in the system they are going to use. It will also talk about the stakeholders who are involved, whose vision you are working upon, what all features it is considering, overview of the entire project, and any constraint or limitation you have, and what all the quality documents you are going to produce when you are going to deliver the project. What you are going to do?
Deliver
Deliver
the
the
project.
Deliver the project.
All right, absolutely right. Now, the next document is the requirement management plan that you are going to do. So, you can do what? See, these documents, when company is new, okay, they can do what? They can create as a fresh, or they can leverage from the past company, or they can download anywhere as a template and they can start using in their company. But few companies, they have their own document template and they hand over to you whenever you go. So as a business analyst, you need to ask before you are starting that do you have the template already for creating this document. If they have, they can give it to you. If they don't have, you can utilize this indicator and incorporate them. If not, you can download any template from the web and you can utilize them. With me so far?
Yes.
These are 3-4 methods. Now in requirement management plan, you need to clearly define the purpose of this planning document. You will also assign the responsible people name and assign them what all activity they are going to do. What all tech stack is going to happen. Tech stack is the tools and procedure that you are going to use. Okay. What all approach you are taking. Is it agile? It is Nexus, it is Crystal, it is scaled agile, or it is a waterfall model that you are going to define. Okay. Then approach towards requirement traceability, how you are going to trace the requirement traceability matrix that you will give 1 line or 2 line. Any workflow that you are going to define that you can design or paste those design into this document. And any change management you are expecting and you are going to work, their identifier CR 1.2, CR 14.3, likewise the identifier would be there. You can incorporate them. So these will become the part of the plan if even you are going to work on not only the bigger project, but also on the CRs. With me so far?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
When we say CR means?
Change
When we
requirement.
Yes, change requirement or change request by the customer. If any, they give it to you. Then comes use cases. Every use case will have their entry criteria or exit criteria. Okay. Means when entry criteria is there, it means that the trigger point. Okay. Entry criteria is your trigger point and exit criteria is your termination point. Okay. With me so far?
Yes.
Yes, no?
Yes.
So whenever you are writing any use case document, always make sure what is its trigger point and termination point. Say, for example, you have to withdraw, and one use case will have one use case document. You have to withdraw money. Okay. When you are using card, it will have its own trigger point. You have to insert the card into ATM. Number one. When you are withdrawing through check, it will have the separate trigger point. See, use case is what? Use case is only cash withdrawal. Whether you use card or whether you use check or whether you are using demand draft, whatever instrument you are using, okay, every instrument will have the different trigger point and different termination point. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So for
Yep.
each use case may sound okay, cash withdrawal use case I need to write. It is not going to be just one. It might have the multiple touch point, multiple checkpoint, multiple trigger point. All those you need to consider. Okay. And for this, if there are cash withdrawal can be done using 5 methods, you will write 5 use cases, elaborating all different entry criteria as well as the exit criteria, means trigger point and termination point. And in between what you are going to write, you will define certain flow, You can
Mhm.
design activity flow diagram into this activity diagram. You will talk about who all are the actor, description. What here you see here it is mentioning the trigger point. Then yeah, what is the precondition before this? What has to happen? So that you are going to mention. Normal flow is what? Okay, of any cash withdrawal. Okay, considering this. Okay, alternative flow is what? So in alternative flow, so not necessary. Earlier, what used to happen for every use case, you won't have the different use case. Say for example, if uh, cash flow is there, cash withdrawal is there. Normal is considered using debit card, but alternative flow can happen through the check, demand draft, or any other instrument. So that you can consider into the alternative flow. Any exception you are going to mention, that any special requirement you are going to mention, any assumption you are going to mention, notes and issue, if anything is there to refer, that you will maintain it here. So use case used to be one document earlier, but nowadays everything is there into the project management system, and that's when it gets eliminated from the traditional approach to create. With me so far?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So one thing very important is that for for user story, I have already told you that how you need to create the user story in the past, who, what, why using. Okay, you remember the one user story I had asked you to create? Yes or no?
Yes.
Fly Agile Airlines. Yes, thank God someone remember that. Yeah. So yeah, now we will be looking at BRD in a while, but understand requirement traceability matrix must have the requirement identifier from the specification document, from where it is coming, the description of that, what is functional requirement is talking, status means it is developed, not developed, under development, and the reference of the architectural document that solution architect might have created, or technical specification, name of the software module, and you are mapping with this test case number, which test case number that will be over here, and the tested in, whether it has been already tested or not, that those information is going to go inside it. And when it comes to for you to review, you must be asking this question if anything is missing in the requirement traceability matrix, and these are generated by generally to it is created by generally testers. With me so far, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Now comes this functional requirement specification document. So this is the BRD. In BRD, you do it at high level. In this functional requirement specification document, you go at the deeper level. Okay. And test case again may come to you for review, where every test case will have the case ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. Test scenario will be there. Okay. So if it is representing any module, you can name it as 1_MP MP 1.1. Say for example, MP is for marketable product. One module you wanted to create. Okay. Likewise. Then scenario. What is scenario? Scenario is the larger group. Say example, I was talking to you about cash withdrawal. Okay. So cash withdrawal is one scenario. Okay. Under that, there is a condition when card is inserted. Okay. So that becomes one condition, and case will happen, type everything when the card insertion will happen. So case will become like this every singular point, like when case is card is inserted, what will happen with the valid card, what will happen with the invalid card, what happens when the card will be read. Read means when it will be studied. What will happen if the card is about to expire, or on the same day it has been expired. So every single detail you are going to write. So that is representing to case. Above that, it was representing to condition. Above that, it was condition representing to the scenario. Got it? So that level of detail you are going to write in the test case. It will be always having the prerequisite Okay, what used to happen, any test data you are going to use. Test data means, say for example, if it is a software, and in software, it is asking, put your salary. Okay, so test data, well, you are already using some data into numerical form, alphanumerical form, with decimal, without decimal. How does it respond to all those cases? Okay, everything you are writing. Okay, if it has certain, certain range, if below range you are entering, what is going to happen? Beyond range, if you are entering, how it is going to respond? Every single will be becoming the part of test data. To reach to there, what all the steps you are typing or writing, that you are involving in every test case, what you are expecting, actual result, and status, remarks, and test environment. Any questions so far? And this will come to you for review purpose. Why it will come to you, guys?
Review
Review.
Review purpose. Now, this has been very, very important for you. Just now it has come to you. I want to know, any questions so far?
No.
No.
Okay. If no question, so what is going to happen? I believe that in the next session, what exactly we are going to learn is very important, and that we will be transitioning towards learning the life cycle or various domains. Okay, and when we are learning various domain, after that we will be entering a point where you need to involve into a workshop. So be very ready. No excuse. Mandatorily, you all need to participate into that. Clear? Clear, everyone? Kajal, Jubran,
Yes, yes.
Aparna,
Yes.
Geeta,
Yes,
Yes.
Suchita. Yeah. So this time, few people have migrated from the previous end of the previous batch. When earlier you guys said no, but this time there is no. Everyone has to participate. Is it loud and clear to everyone? Geeta, Aparna, Kajal, Jubran, and Suchita, and Ujjwala.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes, Gav.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm not expecting any no from you all. Fine. So we'll tell you more about upcoming workshop later. But as of now, we are ending the class, and I want to hear one word from each one of you that you are going to take it as a memory, as a takeaway. So it will retain in your memory. So what do you recall, Geeta? One word that comes in your mind?
How a BA works, the idea, overall idea, I
Hmm.
got it.
Okay, how BA works. Aparna, what do you feel like saying? One word that is in your mind?
I like the fishbone diagram.
Fishbone diagram. Okay. Kajal, what do you feel like saying? One word that comes in your mind?
Workflow diagram is a defect cycle.
Defect life cycle, workflow
Life
diagram.
cycle.
Brilliant. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Kajal. Suchita, one word that is in your mind?
And that one thing,
Any one word?
life cycle, like
Life cycle. Okay. Domain. Okay. Life cycle,
yeah.
defect life cycle. You are
Yeah.
referring to. Yeah. Ujjwala, what one word you will remember?
Business models and document requirements and specifications, like details of the
Okay.
document.
BA models and documentation. Okay. Thank you so much, Ujjwala. Jubran, what do you feel like saying? One word that comes in your mind?
Okay. Models can help us to relate things within the system, you know.
Okay, yes, BA models that will create the processes and help us to relate the system. Thank you so much, everyone. We are going to talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you all.